Well, happy 1.7 day. It is Friday, 25th, I think. 1.7 came out today. And, hooray! Lots of cool stuff being added to the game. We're going to start tackling that stuff a little bit at a time. I'm still learning a little bit about it myself, but one thing I did want to start with is making one of those big old fancy maps. Now when you put a map into an item frame, the map will take up the entire block instead of just inside the frame. So I'm just over here finishing up this map for the base with all the chickens in it. Actually, speaking of which, I wanted to grab some chickens while we were up here. Oh, darn. That's alright. And just go over here. Nice. Cool. Got some chickens, restock that, bring those back to the base, and I'll show you where I'm going to be putting my giant map. I've worked on transit to and from the two bases. I now have extended my little minecart system above ground and over to that base. And it just follows this line here and connects with my original base. It's right down here. That's where we started off. And right down into the area that you guys know. And here we are. Yep, so I've already started the map here. I've got two to start us off here, the two right in the middle. So these guys are going to go, let's see. This guy goes right here. Oh, can't reach it from here, so we'll go down a level. Oh, that's too far. Alright. I want these in the middle. This one is, yes, so this one goes there, and that one goes there. And so as you can see, it takes up the full block, and the item frame behind it just kind of expands out to the very edge of that map. One of the new features in 1.7. But anyway, I thought today we could do a little bit of exploring. I spent some time in the end getting some ender pearls. And let me dump some of this chicken. We'll leave some there. And I have a whole bunch of maps which should give us the rest of this board here, and we can get a really nice big look at the area surrounding where we are. That green dot right there is where our base is. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to go north, which I think we can do right here in the cave. And yeah, we'll go just north, grab these two, and then from there I think we're going to work our way over towards the iron farm. Not sure if I can fit the iron farm in there. I'd like to, and if necessary we might move these over to the left a little bit, because the iron farm is out over in this direction here. I don't think it's that far away, but who knows. We're gonna try and find out. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's see, I actually need these. Oh, that guy, and that should be fine. Want to make sure I'm not doubling up on maps. And right, so cool. So now we're in the next map. You can see there is that white dot in the top right hand corner. That means we've gone far enough to go off of this map, and it's just showing you the closest point on this map. So if we grab this and do that, let it fill in, that should match there. Alright. We're actually gonna head back above ground. Yeah, it's just showing where we are closest at that point. This map feature is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to getting the whole board done. I don't know how much time that's going to take. We'll see. And let's see, is it nighttime? It's nighttime, so let's sleep after those skeletons go away. Still have my bed here for some reason. Really should move it, but whatever. The reason why I couldn't sleep before is because the skeletons spawn in there, and then they're too close to the bed for me to sleep. Right. Had a creeper explode on me outside the house here. Yep, just like that guy. It was not fun. Alright, so we want to go north enough that we show up. Let's see. Alright, perfect. So that should be the next corner. Let that fill in. Which should go right next to that. And I'm actually going to arrange these a little bit here so I know what we're doing. And so now we need to finish up this map, so we need to go northwest. And that's where the ender pearls come in, especially when you get into the jungle stuff here. Alright. And that loads up the rest of that guy. And voila, that guy's done. And this, we still need to go west. We can just walk a little bit for now. My health was getting a little low. Don't want to get myself into a position where I'm dying. Just by using the ender pearls, that wouldn't be too good. Let's see, where are we now? Oh, that did the trick. You can see right there the temple is that gray area, the gray box on the left-hand part of the map there. Okay, so we now have all four actually, right here. And then now we're going to move off to the right of this map, which means we need to go east. And let's see. Alright, we still need to go east a little bit. Oops. Another feature that's going to come in handy, especially in jungles, is the new button for sprint. You can now assign sprint to a button, which is kind of cool. That way, as you're running through stuff, if you get stopped on, say, like a vine or a leaf or something like that, and you have to jump over it, if you're holding the button, you don't have to press forward again to keep going. But I think we're now... Yep, we're right in front of the map, so we do that. And we need to just go south a little bit just to fill in that bottom right-hand corner. So let's do that. What is it, this one? That should do the trick. Great. So now we can put that one back. That one is right there. But we'll hang on to it now so we know when it's time to make the next map. And looks like it's past this river, so we're just going to throw a ender pearl way over here. We still on this? Yes, we are. So we'll go over here. And now we're off the map. So we create a new one. Let that fill in. And it looks like we filled the entire map, which is good. So that one's now done. Let's see, these were the two center. There was 3 going that way, so looks like we might have to build or move our whole map over to the left a little bit to fit in the iron farm. That's okay. Time for another map. Let's throw it here. And looks like we need the bottom corner. So we'll just head off in this direction. And cool. Hey, actually, I think this this might work out with the iron farm. That is it right up there. So I'm gonna do now is move all those down. This guy goes here, and then this guy goes here. And let's see, we'll pull him right back down there, so we know when to make the next map. And that should do the trick. Let's see how far this gets us. Looks like we have to go up one more map. That's alright. This is an area that we definitely know. Or I do, at least. I've spent lots of time here. Ah, this brings us in view of a very near future project, actually. Pigmen come through portals. And when, as everybody knows, when you kill a pigman, they drop gold. And, let's see, that one is this guy, I believe. Hey there, where did you come from? Let this fill up. And that should do the trick. Alright, so this is now the top right-hand corner of what we want on our map. As I was saying, so portals now can be 23 by 23, which is obviously huge, and, let's see, I just want to make sure I keep track of all this. Wait, and, okay, yeah. Yeah, so portals can be huge, and the rate at which it spawns the pigmen is dependent not on the number of portals, but instead the number of portal blocks that are the actual purple swirling, you know, blocks that actually make up the portal itself. The more of those you have, the more pigmen you'll have spawn, which obviously is easy to do to, you know, make the most of your obsidian, as you if you can make a bigger portal, you don't have to mine as much. In the last episode we fought the Ender Dragon, so I've been spending a little bit of time in the end, and so as a result I now have pretty much conquered that area. And let's see, which one was this one? Ah, that's the one we're on now. So that one goes here. Ah, fricker. I did too. I don't want that one. And we'll have to make another map, but that's okay. All the things that it takes to make maps we pretty much have in large supply now. Right, so I've been spending a little bit of time in the end and actually spent a couple hours mining on one of the obsidian pillars. I got myself a efficiency 5 pick and set up a beacon for myself with haste over in the end there. And yeah, it's I've got probably 18 to 20 stacks of it at this point. I don't know. Should be enough to make a pretty big portal. Alright, so what do we have? Got a new map coming in. This guy goes here. And yes, that goes down there. We don't need that for now. Let's see, we're going to double back and do these two right now, as soon as I get this fully loaded. Which that should do the trick. stop for some rum, and then head south by 1 map. Actually, we're going to need that so that we can tell when it's time for a new map. Oh, here's another change. The reeds now are dependent on what, or the color of the reeds, rather, is dependent on which biome you are currently in. So if you were in a drier climate versus a more tropical climate, the reeds will look different. Alright, we can put that one up there and make ourselves a new map. Wait, what? What happened? Is that the same? How did that happen? We should be off the map, or onto the next one by this point. Sorry, we'll go a little bit further. It's becoming nighttime. Ah, here we go. Now we're in the new map. And let's see. Gotta get this loaded up all the way. Which one was this one? That guy went up here. This guy goes in this spot, I believe. I don't know. When we put it on the board, we'll get a good look at it. Is that going to load up the rest? Maybe not. Alright, that did the trick. And, oh, nope, it doesn't. There we go. That did the trick. And, right, so this one will end up going right here. So now we head directly east until we find a new map. Speed up before we get any trouble with mobs. And that should be a good spot for this. We can put this guy away. This is the map for right here now. And that looks like the whole thing. So we'll now use that map to tell us when it's time to make a new one. No, don't blow up, don't blow up. Good. They still following me? I sure hope not. That would be very bad. So are we still on this one? Yes, we are. We need to get out into, like, the center of the swamp. Alright. And we're going to go a little bit further. And should do the trick. Great. Let this load up completely. And these two go right there and right there. Alright, so we're gonna, now at this point I'm going to head back. I think it's quicker just to go through the nether. Oh, I forgot about that. Another change. You got to see it right in front of your eyes right there. So now, witches will spawn anywhere. They have the same spawn rate as Endermen, but obviously kind of a pain in the butt. And over there's another witch. Those are going to get real annoying very quickly. Oh, I should show you what this is. So, I've been spending a bunch of time, obviously... Oh, please don't hurt me. You missed. Aha. Been spending a bunch of time at the iron farm, just sitting, collecting iron, pretty much as I'm ever going to need. And this pool that was right here, I started to notice was collecting squid. And so I made the pool a little bit bigger, put signs underneath here. Squid like to swim down, especially if there's light down here. And when they do, they fall into the flowing water. And the flowing water pushes them onto dry land right here. And whether you know this or not, I don't know. Oh, I have slowness? That's stupid. When the squid fall on or are removed from the water, they die. And when they die, their drops go into the hoppers there and end up in this chest. I haven't gotten nothing from that. That's not too bad. It wasn't that slow. This could get annoying. Cool. And then we'll get out of here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I've actually gotten quite a few ink sacs from squid who have spawned in my trap right there. Alrighty. So let's head back to our base, put up the rest of these maps. Alrighty, and we're back. And we know that that guy goes there. And now we need to, I believe this guy is the next one north or right above that guy. Should go right there. That looks like it matches. And that guy should go right above there. Let's go back to that one. Let's go to this guy. Now this should go right there. Perfect. And then this guy right there. And then this guy. Definitely not right there. Maybe this one. Ah, yes. That makes sense. Now this guy goes right there. Perfect. And I'm gonna lower this whole thing down by 1. Alright. Oh, and that brings us to another new part of the 1.7 updates. Change to the way you can interact with item frames. When there's something in the item frame, now when you hit it, it just drops the item out of it instead of the whole frame off the wall, which is kind of a cool feature. And if you want to get the frame off the wall, as you just saw right there, you can hit an empty item frame. Alright, so that goes right there. Great, so now we can move that there, and bring these guys down, and they should all be in order. That goes there, 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 and there, and then we do these guys, bring them down, and they should go there, 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 and there. And this is already starting to look quite cool, in my opinion. So we have our base, which is the green dot right there. I don't know why it's facing that way. I don't know what determines that. Over here is our big field with the cows. It's over the skeleton base right here. Our minecart system comes up above ground here and heads into the jungle, where our chicken coop farm is over there. Yeah. Out here, in this gray area right here, is where I've been mining sand. And right here is just a little structure I set up to originally hunt Endermen back before I made it to the end. I did that off camera before we did that. So, anyway, looking at the time, I think we need to speed it up a little bit here. So I'm going to take a bunch more maps and do a little bit more here, just expand out. And I will check back in with you when we have a bunch more to fill in. Alright, well, I thought I'd bring you guys back in to see this. We've reached some new terrain here. This is newly generated. I've not been this far out west yet. So just to give you an idea of where we went, this is where the chicken farm is. I went, let's see, north by 1 map and then over 2, which brought us to this point. And as you can see, this is clearly the edge of what was previously spawned into the world. And that is confirmed because I can already see 2 high ferns over here. So we're going to go check this out a little bit. See who we are. Going to hold off on doing a new map over here. I don't know if I have the board space for it. I have to check that before I go wasting another map, but I did just want to come over here and check out this terrain, one of the new, actually I don't know if this is a new biome. I think it's just the old taiga biome, but without snow. Let's see, anything new over here? Well, that's odd. Oh. For a second I thought it was just the trunk with no actual leaves on it. But, it just wasn't loaded up yet. We do need to keep track of where we are a little bit. But, oh, these are the rose bushes. Let's grab one of those while we're here. And that just goes into nothing. The rose bushes are too high and can just be hit with bone meal to make more of them. Which brings me to another project that I think would be kind of fun to do. I'd like to... Another stump that hasn't loaded up yet. That's really strange. Oh, cool. See underground. What I want to do is make as automated as possible systems for all dyes in the game. I think that'd be a fun thing to do. So we can have sort of a dye room that has everything in it. And that's that chunk border we were at before. Yeah, just so we can, you know, keep track of all the flowers and all the colors and make sure we have everything we need. Because now not only do we have colored wool and colored clay, but we also have colored glass as well. And we definitely want to make use of that. Alright, let's see. I'm one map below that, so I'm going to throw another map out there. And this one should go just below this. Yeah, that looks right. And I might come back here at another point and try and fix some of these chunk borders here. You know, where it does stuff like this. Maybe try and smooth it out a little bit. Throw some TNT around the edges, you know, just to make it look a little bit more natural. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. But anyway, this goes here, this goes here. Put that over there. And now we're on this map. Did we get all of that? Yes, we did. So we're going to go this way. And see what's out in this direction. Alright, well, I'm going to continue doing this and check in with you when I either find some new cool stuff to look at or we're back at the board. Alright, and here we are back at the base. I have a whole bunch of maps to fill in here. So let's get to it. Pull these guys down here and they should start here, here, there. And again, we're going to work on these corners a little bit here, see if we can't use a little bit of rough TNT to smooth those out, make them look a little bit more natural for our big fancy map here. But next up after that is these three, and they should go here, here, and here. That works out. And then we have these guys, which should just go along the bottom. Like that. That's looking pretty fancy also. Alright. Cool. I'm liking this. Alright, so I need to go to the southeast and the northwest. Not sure which one I want to do first here. But I'll figure it out, and we'll check back in. Alrighty, and we have now 6 more maps to put up onto the board. Got that, that, and that. And now we have these 3. Should go straight underneath those. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, so if you remember from the last episode, the end portal is actually, if you follow through this snow biome and head out to the southeast there, that's where the end portal is. I don't know that it's worth showing on this map here. I mean, we could always move the map that way a little bit and fit in a couple more spots on the right here, but I think it might be a little bit too far away to be practical, and also there is no surface area or nothing built on the surface for the end portal, so I don't know how helpful it actually would be. But anyway, here's where we're at right now, and I have, let's see, got to make 2 more maps and go get these 8 up here. So let me do that, and then we'll check in. Alrighty, and we have the last of the maps. Pretty exciting. First up, we'll do the bottom row, right here. Let's go right here, right here, right here, right here, and then we grab the top row for right there, right there, right there, and right there. Alrighty. And our board is complete. There it is. That is our world, our immediate area right there. We're able to fit in, obviously, the main base right here. That green dot right there is where this particular map is. Up there in the northeast is our iron farm. A little bit to the west is our chicken machine base mountain thing. Right to the west is that, did I say west? I can't remember. Right to the east is the skeleton base. And down to the southeast is towards the end portal. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've used. Oh, the witch farm, which I need to go check and make sure is still working adequately, is way, way, way up northeast, up in that direction there. A little bit more north than east. But yeah, so to put this together, I just made a border of wood, as you can see. Some buttons to make it look like big pegs holding them in or something like that. I don't know, just thinking out loud, trying some stuff out. And then behind the maps, let's see, if you look in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, you can see that glowstone pop in right there. That's what I've got behind the maps. The light will come through. As you can see, there's no torches anywhere, well, other than that guy right there. But there's no torches on this map, and it's lit up quite nice. That's because the light from the glowstone behind all the maps, as you can see on the top border right there, will show through the maps and light up everything you need so you can see it. The reason why you can see the glowstone right now is because the maps are in the item frames, which are a smaller entity, and when the entity isn't on screen, it isn't rendered to save on processing power. And so if it's not rendered, it's not going to show. And that's why the map actually, despawns or pops out or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so we're running a little bit short on time, so I'm just going to quickly remove our scaffolding here. Let's see. Get rid of that. I'll get rid of that later. Oh no. Bummer. That's okay. I'll clean this up a little bit more off camera. And put the fence back. And we now have a map. There it is. Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We have a lot more fun 1.7 themed stuff coming up. I told you a little bit about it today. There's even more than that. Oh, one more thing I want to mention before, another quick change that they made before we take off here. Records that you put into a record machine will now loop until, I guess, the record despawns, or the record machine despawns or something. So if you put a record in, and you're over here just working about or whatever, and the song ends, because the songs were all about 2 to 3 minutes long, it'll just play again, which is kind of a cool idea. I might even redesign my record machine up there in due time based on that property. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, have a good one. Later.